Hey guys, I'm officially 20 weeks, so I'm halfway done, or like at the halfway point. Today I'm actually 20 weeks and 2 days. I want to add in, before I completely begin this video, that today has been by far my favorite day or moments throughout my pregnancy so far, and including last night, but you'll see why. So I guess I'll start off with like recapping the last couple weeks. I haven't really had many changes. I mean, I think things are kind of just like, I wouldn't say stabilizing, but like, I think I'm just kind of getting used to it. I mean, like, even my skin's kind of like chilling out. My asthma and allergies are getting worse, but I don't think that's anything relevant to pregnancy. I think that's literally just the season that it is. So I'm now going to have to actually be taking medicine for it, which just means I have to stay more hydrated. I think I had mentioned in the last one that I had been getting some like chest pressure and couldn't really figure out the source of it. I can't really say that I figured out the source of it, but I'm assuming it's just like allergies. Why would allergies cause chest pressure? I guess maybe like congestion. I don't know where I was going with that. I meant anxiety, because they both start with an A, but they're nothing close to the same word. Can I blame that on pregnancy brain? So it could just be some anxiety, and it's kind of like also a family thing. My grandma also has the issues, and our blood pressure and heart rate will stay the same, yet it'll like cause chest pain, and it's not acid reflux or anything like that, or heartburn, which we thought it was, but like me and her have both been trying to figure it out for a while, and she's had a bunch of tests, and it's can't really be explained. I ended up getting like a weird calf, like my leg calf issue. So last Saturday it got sore, and I didn't really know why, and it was just like my left one. I sleep on my right side most of the time. I don't find it very comfortable to sleep on my left side, but a lot of times I also sleep on my back, which they've said I can still, for right now, sleep any way I want. Basically, as long as I'm sleeping, that's really all that matters. And I sometimes sleep on my stomach, but I like sleep with one of my legs kind of like propped almost, so it's not like all the pressure's on my belly. But back to the muscle pain, or I think it would be muscle pain. It started on Saturday, and then Sunday it got worse. I mean, I was like limping, like it got worse, and it hurt to walk so bad, but like I was still doing it. I kind of just like walked weird. Then that night, my entire body was hurting so bad. Like my neck, my back, my both legs, but the worst pain was coming from that one specific calf muscle. So I babysat Saturday night, and I didn't know if that could have caused it somehow. Maybe from like picking up the kids or something, since I'm not used to lifting much. I'm not 100% sure. By Monday, the pain was gone besides my calf muscle. That was still hurt really bad. I was still limping. And then by Tuesday, it had kind of calmed down, but it was still hurting really bad. And then by Wednesday, it was like doable. Like at that point, it wasn't like that bad. It was like, it wasn't almost gone, but it wasn't that bad either. And now, today, Thursday, it is basically gone. I mean, there's still some, but I mean, it was like sore to the touch, and I can like squeeze my muscle now and it doesn't hurt. Like I would just like poke it and that would hurt really bad. So it was just very tender. I don't really know what that was about. I at first thought it was pregnancy related and looked it up, and sometimes I think you really shouldn't look stuff up, but also pregnancy, it can be a good thing because it's like eased my worry. So I think things are kind of starting to, I don't know if I should really use the term regulate, but like I'm getting hang of things, I guess, because I'm kind of getting on a general sleep schedule. Granted, I have to wake up throughout the night and go to the bathroom because, you know, she also likes to kick my bladder. I mean, she's obviously not kicking it directly, but like, you know, she likes to lay low. Then sometimes I just can't really sleep very well, which isn't usually a thing for me. Prior to pregnancy, I'd be out. Like, once I'm out, like, for good. That doesn't really happen for me now. And I think I'd do better with, like, sleeping, like, around 7 hours and then taking a nap later on. It's like, if I sleep more than that, like, if I try to get, like, 10 hours of sleep and then, like, go a whole day on it, It's like, although I think that's kind of what I'm doing right now. I'm getting a little tired though, so I might end up taking a nap. Obviously, some days I need a nap more than others because, you know, it's not going to be the same schedule every single day. As far as my hunger, that is getting a lot out of control. Like, I don't really have... Cravings aren't exactly how everyone explained it to be at all. Like, they're not as intense as I thought they were going to be, and they're not really weird ever. Like, weird ones make me want to just get sick. Smells still get to me. I don't think that will really change. I couldn't really smell well before, and I don't even understand how pregnancy made me be able to smell. I'm literally known for bringing in a paper of questions. I figured out when I'm going to schedule the different classes that I'm going to do, and there's honestly just a lot going on. Not, like, bad necessarily, just, like, a lot. When I was having the muscle issues, Tylenol didn't help at all. Like, it did nothing. And I even tried to use, like, I have a heated blanket, and I tried putting that on my muscles, and, like, you obviously have to watch it because you don't want your body to get too warm because the baby, but, like, if you use it in moderation, it's okay. And I really didn't want to take a bath because, I don't know, they just don't sound very appealing to me ever. This part's going to be a little TMI. So I've had loose stool, to say the least. I believe that's the way you say it. I don't usually use fancy words like that. Fancy. But for like 4 to 5 days, and usually with like food that causes that for me, it's gone within a day. So I had asked my midwife about it, and she said that if it continues on for the next couple days, that I can take Imodium, but not until those couple days, because if it's like bacteria thing, she wants it to get out of my system. Oh, and then how I know she also likes to be on my bladder is because I have my sneezing issues with blood and everything still. That hasn't changed. But there'll be times I'll sneeze and like pee a little, which I thought didn't happen until after you had the baby, or like late 3rd trimester or something like that. Or I shouldn't say late 3rd trimester, at all during your 3rd trimester. It happens with me. And not just like sneeze, but like cough really hard and laugh really hard. It's great. I haven't had it happen like in public or anything. It's just like when I've been home or something and like sneezed a little too hard and boom. I guess the last thing would be, I haven't had any like breast pain, but they have kind of been itchy around like the areola nipple area. And I warned you, this part was going to be TMI. Like, these last couple parts are going to be TMI. And she said I can put, like, baby powder. I think she said it with, like, cornstarch. I could be wrong. I have regular baby powder. I'm probably just going to use that and see if that'll work. Because I get, like, a rash in between here, too. Oh, yeah, sorry. I guess you wouldn't put the baby powder anywhere else, like, in between right here. I didn't even mention that part. And she said I could put baby powder like right here to like help them from rubbing together. I know a lot of people experience breast pain throughout their 1st or 3rd trimester. They don't usually have it that bad throughout their 2nd trimester. And that's what she said too. But I really haven't experienced it at all, which is kind of weird because with my periods, I would get like really bad breast pain. I guess I shouldn't say really bad, but like sometimes it would be really bad. Sometimes it's like hit or miss with it. They'd usually at least get a little sore somewhere around it, but I haven't had any issues with it. I also haven't had any bleeding other than my nose, which I guess is good. Before I get into how the actual 20-week appointment went, I will mention that if you saw my first bump date, which if you haven't, I'll link it below and put it in the eye over here, or over here, wherever it is, and you can watch that. It's a good one. In that video, I said that I got my maternity shoot dress and my gender reveal dress. I actually ended up returning that dress because that is not the dress that I wore in my gender reveal, which also, if you haven't seen that, will also be linked below, along with a playlist for all my videos like this and my last video. I will always link my last video and my playlist below. I'm going to play a video of the heart rate for you. The quality of it's not very good, like the video quality. Her heart rate was 156, which it has been the past 3 appointments. Oh, and we did confirm that she was a girl. have a whole stack of pictures, but I'm gonna keep those private because, I mean, they're my pictures. I only posted one on Facebook and it wasn't even that one, so it was like of her and her face and everything. So I guess to get into the appointment, everything was good. So I'll start off with that. She's looking healthy. She's measuring 19 weeks and 4 days, but I'm actually 20 weeks and 2 days, and she could just be small because both me and the father of the baby were both small-ish. He was pretty, I wouldn't say like average, I guess average for nowadays, and I was small because I was premature, but I would have been small either way. My due date is still the same. We had a hard time getting a picture of her face because she kept going like this, and like she was like sleeping like this, covering it, and so it was like impossible to get a picture. They did get a picture, but it was not very easy. And there was like the ultrasound tech and a student, and so that was cool. I actually hadn't seen the ultrasound tech that I had. I was used to a different one that I had the past 2 times, and then I had her this time. And she was really nice, and so was the student. She got done so quick that the student also got to practice with me. I got to be a guinea pig, which is really cool because they don't usually take pictures of the skeleton. And we ended up getting one because my mom specifically asked for it. So there's even more pictures than those. And she's like moving her hands around too, and so we got to see her fingers. And then right before she rolls over, she goes like this and then rolls over towards my back. And like, she's like, nope, I'm done with you guys now. And she opened her eyes and we could see her tongue. Not that that has anything to do with the eyes, I was just kind of going into little details. Got to see everything, like her spine, her head, her belly, her bladder, all that stuff. And she had her mouth like wide open and was drinking the fluid. So her belly was like really full. We got to see where the placenta was and where like the insert was, and all these little details, the heart, and like, all the tiny little details we got to know. I couldn't even tell you all of them because there were so many. Okay, so this is probably a huge thing. I haven't exactly felt kicks like were super obvious, if that makes sense. But it's because I think it's called anterior placenta, where like the placenta is like kind of cushioning in the front. So I won't feel her move like in the front till she gets like stronger, until the kicks and movements and stuff get stronger. But I can feel it like on the sides. So if I'm laying on my side, like last night was the first time I felt the fluttery feeling, and I was laying on my side, felt it on my side. And there's been a time where I literally felt like she was kicking my bladder, and so I was like, that there's no other way to explain that feeling besides her kicking my bladder, like imagining a baby kicking my bladder. And there was times where I felt like she was moving like on sides, but I was like, maybe not. So those may or may not have been her, I don't know. And then there was another time where I felt like she like was legit doing a somersault in my stomach, like pushing her butt out or something, if that makes sense. But as far as actually being able to feel her move all the time, that's not really a thing for me, and I've kind of heard that may not be a thing at all. Like, I might not feel her movements hardly at all, which kind of stinks, but at the same time, that can kind of like cushion from some pain she could cause, because she likes, I saw her kicking away, and she's been kicking away since she could kick. Like, the past 2 times we've seen the ultrasound, she was really kicking. I mean, it was like she was dancing in there, which really doesn't surprise me. Looks like she has my face, like especially the nose. Like, the nose so much looks like it. But, you know, the pictures obviously aren't that clear, and I won't know till she's born, and even then, from different views, she could still look like her dad. The one key thing is she cannot come until she's at least 36 weeks. Babies may make their own schedule, and that's fine, but she's got to wait till she's 36 weeks. We all had a discussion about it today, because I was born at 32 weeks. I think that's about it. What am I forgetting? I feel like I'm forgetting something, because I feel like this was shorter than I thought it was going to be. This is specifically just a baby update, not a life update. I will have a life update coming up soon, so that is something to look out for. Oh, and a vlog, because I'm going to Tennessee, so keep an eye out for it. I guess I need to do the bump date. Ignore the fact that my hair literally looks disgusting. I don't know why it looks so gross, because it was like fine yesterday. Now it looks absolutely disgusting, like I haven't showered in like 12 years. I've definitely gained an obvious bump at this point. Like, even with baggy shirts, it's like pushing you with if it's hideable or not. But like with tight shirts, it's pretty obvious now. And that's fine. I don't mind at all. Obviously, I guess you don't really have control over it, so if you did mind, like, good luck. With that being said, I have not gained any weight. I actually have lost 10 pounds. You've lost what? I've lost 10 pounds, or around that, since I got pregnant. I'll, like, give or take 3. So probably closer to, like, 7 pounds. I don't really know because of, like, water weight and stuff. And, like, what I eat and, like, when I measured it. But I was, like, pushing it, like, before. So that's why I haven't gained any weight. And I lost that all on my first trimester. So I just haven't gained any weight since. And it's kind of just, like, regulated out. So I'm assuming at my next appointment I'll have gained, like, a couple pounds. She doesn't think I'm going to gain a ton of weight because prior to pregnancy, I was, like, on the heavier side of average. So I kept saying that to people, and they were like, oh, no, you're skinny. And I'm like, me being skinny and my actual, like, fat percentage is completely 2 different things. And I don't really care for the term skinny or fat or thick or average. Like, those are labels that I really couldn't care less about. All I care about is my actual health and, like, the percentage and all that. It's your fat percentage that matters, and not even gonna get into it. Point is, that would be why I haven't gained much, but I'm assuming that, like, within the next week and a half, I'll probably have gained a pound. Because I feel like I'm, like, pushing it right now with not of gaining anything. With not of gaining anything. Is that the way you'd say it? Anyways, she actually weighs approximately 11 ounces. I already have my next appointment scheduled and my 30-week appointment. So this feels like it's about to go real fast. I actually was doing some stuff for the baby shower today. But it's going to be a baby shower / graduation party. To give you a little sneak peek into my life update. Although there's so much more than that. With that being said, so keep an eye out for that. I hope you enjoyed my video, and if you did, give it a big like and subscribe if you would like to see more. Thanks. Bye. You might be confused because I just said bye. But I realized one very important thing, and I didn't even mention it at all in this video. But I had said that I was going to do the name reveal. I think 20 weeks is when I said I was going to do it, like the next ultrasound. And that's what happened, but I forgot to do it. And so it actually is like looking backwards to this, but I think it flips it. If it doesn't, her name is Mariana Jacqueline. And then his last name. And that's been in the back of multiple videos. At least one, I think multiple though. And so, like over there. We will be calling her Mia for short. As far as how we found the name / the meaning behind it, there really isn't a ton of meaning behind it. So we were looking through names, and we couldn't really find any that we liked. We were just super picky about it. And then we looked through Hispanic names, and we found Mariana, which I kind of had already liked before, and we kind of said it again, and we were like, for some reason that's sounding even better now. And then for Jacqueline, I just really like the name. And we couldn't find a middle name that sounded good with Mariana and his last name. That's really about it. I mean, there's not a ton of meaning behind it. There's not a ton of thought behind it. It's kind of just, we wanted the name to flow right. And that's about it.